Boo, I can say words and things happen now. Okay. Okay, Internet, we have now got the mics working. If you've just tuned in, this is Granite City Brawlers facing off against the Kamaquads. This is game one of day one of the 2019 Men's European Qualifiers. I am Julia Sleazer.
And I am Snoogans. We're just over 5 minutes into the game. Scores incredibly close. We are mid-jam, 12 points to Kamaquads currently, 7 points to Granite City, and we have Kamaquads in the lead, in lead jam position at present.
So clearly so far a fairly evenly matched game, although this jam is making all of the difference. Just as the Granite City Brawlers jammer gets out, though, the jam is called by Kamaquads. They totaled, it looks like, 16 points. And Granite City is still at 7 after this last jam. Penalty-wise, there's more than you would think for just a couple of jams in, but it's still, like, not even a problem. I'm just excited that I've got any information to say.
So, fresh jam, and we have a full complement of blockers, and of course, before we even finish the sentence, 2 penalties being issued.
Oh no.
Kamaquads picking up lead jam at 0-8-7. Sangleku already coming around on a scoring pass straight around the outside, unseen by any blocker.
Picked up those 4 available points, and the jammer for Granite City Brawlers is out, about to meet the pack. See if Sangleku called it off in time. 4 points picked up by Kamaquads. 3 picked up by Kamaquads. Nothing picked up by the Brawlers. 25-7.
Yeah, going from what was a incredibly close game, literally as we were able to join you on the mic, and Kamaquads really kind of putting pedal to the metal and really stretching things out there. However, we've got Bell up the front for Granite City, really pushing against quite a strong 3-wall.
Woo! That was a bit rough and tumble trying to get through the pack there for Jason Kruger. It's going to be recycled back behind Puds and Party Boy. Recycled back again. Puds like controlling the back of the pack. They do have what we used to call a goat, and it's gotten weird. It's okay though. The Puds, I think, is being called off for I think it, not intentional, but it ended up straddling and then having to essentially move over a person. So he's headed off to the penalty box. So the back of the pack is a little bit safer now. Yeah, Party Boy on his own. Sorry.
So I was going to say, in all of that very confusing activity, Jason Kruger for Kamaquads managing to pick up lead jammer, and so Kamaquads going to continue on this train that they were already riding, and now Bell finally completing that initial pass.
Wow. Another kind of mashup there at the end of that jam. But, camaraderie as opposing teams help each other up off the floor, that is going to bring Kamaquads up to 33. And the Brawlers have picked up 2 points, bringing them up to 9.
Wow. Incredibly quick movement there from number 77, Buckler Baston. straight through what was a full complement of blockers for Granite City to pick up lead jammer, already up to the pack for a scoring pass that has been recycled.
I can hear Ska trying to call off 1664. Finally, he does as well. Headed off to the box is the Kamiquad's blocker. Got some jammer versus jammer going on the far apex. A forearm call, though, is going to land. Oh, sorry, is it back block? Oh, it was forearms. Okay.
I just read the hand signal.
Oh, my bad. So, yeah, forearms call is going to land the Kamiquad's jammer in the box. That is leaving it for number 24 from the Brawlers, Aldred, out in his own to pick up points. He does not have lead, though, so this will be a full 2-minute jam. We've got just under a minute left of it.
Opportunity for the Brawlers to try and chip away at that differential, and for Aldred to show the pedigree that he has. Aldred, of course, being one of the training squad for Ireland, All-Ireland Men's Roller Derby training squad. And I know that the time has passed, but I've got to give mad props to number 44, Eddie Copter, for a massive takeoff coming round to turn 3. That was absolutely phenomenal.
So there has been a star pass on behalf of the Kamiquads.
And Aldred has headed to the penalty box for, I believe I did see, Homo, you didn't, signaling a back block penalties.
Oh, maybe you were just psychic before.
So I can foresee back block penalties, but not like the lottery numbers.
Yeah. You know what? The thing with superpowers is you don't get to pick them, and there's always kind of a drawback. Yours just, is a crappy one.
I mean, like it's this or like growing my nails really fast or something.
Yeah.
It's like, ouch though.
I can change the color of 13% of my hair at will. Cool. Can have low lights on command.
Woohoo.
Whoa. Yeah. My superpower is that microphones don't want to work 90% of the time when I'm on the call. Pud's really taking a lot of hits there, trying to keep Kamiquad's jammer back, but another swift blow through. Coming back in, already scoring. Senglaku just can really see the lane he needs to take, takes it, picks up all 4 of the points.
Yeah, and I tell you what, it's something that I've not been able to, not that I've not been able to, but something I've not been fully aware of about a jammer. Aldred, going to interrupt myself, thank you. Aldred heading back to the penalty box, back on track, straight away picking up forearms, going to head back to the box. So Songlaku back into power jam territory. And just referring back to what you mentioned at the start of the jam, seeing where he wanted to be, going straight for it. And what I was going to say was something I've not had the opportunity to say for a while, is some jammers just being able to kind of plot that path and just picking their mark and making it.
I mean, it takes a little bit of like luck that you plot that path and get through it quick enough before anybody like closes it up.
Absolutely.
So can be decisive if the other team can kind of like lay a trap that is like, hopefully they pick that area and then you sweep them. But it looks like that's not happening today. Senglaku's doing a great job of picking those paths. Kamiquad's racking up more and more points. There is another 4, picking them up to 59 points.
So we've had a star pass for Granite City Puds, now with star in hand. And he is through. Not able to make any kind of headway with it though. We've got an official review being called by Kamiquads. And while we're waiting for that information, we're going to give you a quick rundown of the rosters, as obviously we weren't able to do so at the start due to technical difficulties.
It's true.
So firstly, team skating in blue with the yellow accents, Derby Club Le Crez, Lattes Montpellier, Kamiquads, we've got 01 Hokuto no Kim, 087 Sangleku, 13 is Big Daddy, 14 is Jason Kruger, 1664 is Graham Baron, 33 is Bad Periods, number 4 is Colonel Poulard, 42 is Dala Kimoz, 44 is Helicopter, 5452 is Maniac Tattoo, number 6 is Oliver Fist, 77 is Buckler Baston, and number 81 is Brutal Impact.
And skating for Granite City Brawlers, who are in the gray with neon green accents, is 04 Momo, 084 Pack Wild, 101 Puds, 14 Bell, 167 Orion Pax, 24 Aldred, 355 Gregatron, 390 Ragnarocker, 5 Beatty, 57 Jaffa Skates, 67 Party Boy, 69 Sith Happens, 79 Dread Dwarf, and 91 Hadouken. Oh, sorry, it's Hadouken.
Hadouken.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Lot of really excellent names here,
Yeah,
but Hadouken I'm feeling pretty good about.
Takes me back to my childhood.
Yeah. So the official review is still happening. I'm not sure if we've got an alt or anything to tell us what that's about. We can always speculate wildly in that case. Oh, Izzy.
Loudon Queer is going to come and give us the scoop. Okay, so Chemiquads were looking for a cut track to be issued on Brawler's Jammer. It was determined that the Jammer re-entered the track legally, so no call stand. Chemiquads lose their official review.
And it's Momo picking up lead, I think, if not for the first time for the Brawlers, for the first time in a long time. Picking him up, getting through the pack. Chemiquads Jammer was already out, so got to the top of the pack, called it off, picking up all 4 points. So now the score is 63-21.
Yeah, so I think the key takeaways from that jam, firstly, Jammer in quite some time, 4 points and 4 unanswered points.
Yes. We've got an empty penalty box as we get started with this next jam.
Sorry, everyone.
What?
We mentioned the empty penalty box.
I was hoping one time it wouldn't backfire on me.
I mean, you mentioned it. It seems to be fine. Maybe it's just me.
No, it happens to me. Buckler Baston has got lead for Chemiquads.
I mean, he was pretty happy about it too.
He
got out and he was like,
should be
yes.
happy. Manages to take the open inside lane, picks up all 4 points, is going to be coming around and in scoring position shortly. In the meantime, the jammer for Brawlers, Bell, is out. The jam is called before. Opposite. 71-21. We are at a certain number of minutes. I can't see that
15
far.
minutes and 20 seconds
Okay.
away from our first half.
The scoreboard is all the way across the room from us, and we're at turn 1. Scoreboard's at turn 4, as far in the corner as it can be, so I'm doing my best.
So Aldred back up to jam for the Brawlers. And Aldred has picked up lead jammer.
Ooh, trying to protect the top of the pack, has to let it go. Is that Singleton? Yeah.
It is.
Oh, I got nervous for a second. Never doubt yourself.
Never.
Of course it was Singleton. 4 points picked up by the Brawlers. In it?
45-point differential.
Wow. Look at you with your math.
Thanks.
So,
I learned it from Bear.
Oh, it's dangerous. An official review now being called by the Granite City Brawlers. We would like to thank some of the sponsors of the 2019 MRDA European qualifiers, such as Roller Derby City. They have sizing from 2XS to 6XL, sweat wicking in their clothing, lightweight and Velcro resistant, which if you play it all, you know what that's about. You can check out their web store at rollerderbycity.com, and you can get 20% off black and white scrimwear sets this summer. Loud and Queer is coming back. So just about the opposite of the last official review that was taken. This time Granite City was asking why a cut call had not been issued to the Kamikaze jammer, but the officials once again deemed that it simply did not happen, right?
So Granite City Brawlers requested they believe that there was a cut for Sanglaku.
Yeah.
On review, it was deemed that there was a cut, so cut was issued. Granite City retained their official review and start with the power jam.
Okay, I got most of it, but then the ending on mine was wrong.
Yeah.
Right on. I could have literally looked at the penalty box and finished my own thought, but here I am trying to make it complex. Sanglaku is out of the penalty box. It has gotten through star in hand, but before he can pick up any points, the jam is called. So the score remains, the score is now 71 to 29. Granite City Brawlers picking up 4 points in that jam. Timeout being called, I believe, by the Kamikaze. One of our sponsors that I truly had wished had made it up in person is dirtyjeans.co.uk. If you enter code FLYERMA, like FlyerMate, at the checkout, you get 15% off.
Nice.
So shout out to Illbilly if he's up and watching.
I reckon he is.
I don't know what he's up to.
With his super cute puppy Noodle.
Oh, I love Noodle. I used to have a rat named Noodles, plural.
Noodles is a good Noodles is a
Yeah,
good name for
it is.
pets.
Yeah, the other one was named Sharpie, like the marker.
Sharpie and Noodles.
Yeah, Sharpie and Noodles. They were good rats. Yeah.
What colours were they?
Sharpie was like really, really dark brown, and Noodles was kind of like if a rat could be a calico.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So we've got some derby happening, and we've got lead jammer as
Yeah, I agree with what's just happened here. It's a nicely executed apex jump. Only picked up 1 point, but like it was worth it.
Yeah.
Because it looked awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna call it good.
I mean, style points.
Yeah, I'm holding up my card for a 10 on that one.
Yeah, the Russian judges loved it.
Yeah. 3 Granite City Brawlers in the box, leaving Beatty out on his own. Now being rejoined by Puds. Aldred is having a heck of a time getting through. Puds lands a huge hit. The whistle goes, and he immediately is like, "Am I all right?" He is all right. Everything's okay. In the meantime, 4 more points picked up by Chemiquads. The jammer for Granite City Brawlers is out of the pack. That is Aldred, as has been several times. 3 and now 4 blockers for Brawlers back on the track as one Chemiquads blocker heads to the penalty box. Getting stopped at that straightaway. Let's see if Aldred, doesn't look like Aldred picked up any points in that jam. But, you know, when you start with just one blocker and yourself on the track, it is a challenge at the very least. So.
Trial by heck.
So 79 to 34 as we get to about 11 minutes left in this half. Momo coming through that open inside, picks up a lead for the Brawlers.
Meanwhile, Songlaku is all still trapped up, actually being recycled around the outside of turn 2 by Japscape. Songlaku with jammer cover in hand. Momo already on a scoring pass.
Momo making it through, picking up the full 4 points. The pack is hanging out around turn 3.
And we've had a star pass. Number 1664, Greenberg on. And Momo managing to pass one blocker, and there was one in the box, so that's 2 more points on the board. Granite City starting to claw their way back. 41-79, 38 points, 38 diff.
What are you asking me?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't trust my math. The first time I saw Bear do math that fast in his head, I thought he was lying to me.
The guy does top-notch announcer.
It was super fast.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, speaking of super fast, Chemiquads got the lead, but hot on their heels is the Brawlers jammer. Going to have to call it off very quickly from within the pack. Does pick up 4 points for the Chemiquads, but also picks up 3 points for Granite City Brawlers. Ooh, don't fall.
And Hokuto Nukim nearly taken out by the elusive roller derby sniper on the line.
Telling you, ghosts.
Let's call in a team timeout for Granite City.
We are, of course, here in the Granite City. You can check out some of the local shops if you make it out our way. Sport Aberdeen is one of our supporters for MEQ 2019. Like to also give special thanks to our photographers. You can check out their photographs later on Facebook. We've got this weekend Andy Sainter, David Prentice, Laura McDonald. Oh no, I don't know how to say that. Is it Christoph?
Christoph.
Oh my gosh. Christoph, Yaros Roller Derby Photography, and Paul Jones Photography. Point out, my holdup was it's KRZYSZTOF, but I got it in the end. Hooray!
So team timeout done and dusted, and we're going to get straight back to the action. Pack advantage starting with Chemiquads. 4 blockers plays 2. However, Pud's holding that inside line firmly.
Woo! Aldred almost through, trips a bit, and is going to recycle back. In the meantime, Puds is recycling back the Kamikaze jammer as well.
And it looks like that was enough time to get teammates from Granite out of the penalty box and back on track.
Kamikaze picks up lead yet again. And Pack slowed a little bit, calmed down a little bit. Rounding that apex, Aldred still hasn't made it through. Number 87 takes a big hit on him and believe is going to be issued a penalty for doing so. Aldred is now through, having completed his initial being scoring position shortly. Doesn't look like Kamikaze are going to call it off this time. They've already picked up 4 points in this jam, coming in for their second scoring pass just now.
Beautiful apex jump there from Jason Kruger. Jammer on jammer. Massive hit from Kruger takes Aldred off track. And I think Kruger's just killing the clock. He's waiting for his blocker to get out of the box.
And he is out of the box. Calls it off. You are, I believe, correct. 4 more points picked up for Granite City Brawlers, bringing them up to 48. Kamikaze at 91. So penalty-wise, again, a few more than you may expect in the game. Only one skater has more than 4, and that's Jaffa skates for Brawlers. Otherwise, you know, between 0 and 3. Kamikaze taking lead yet again. That is 087 Senglaku.
Momo also out of the pack and is chasing.
I'm going to do a hit it and quit it jam there because they've got no one to rescue from the penalty box. But Puds managed to get out on that jam by virtue of it happening.
Absolutely. Looks like there might have been a penalty called mid-jam that Kamikaze were unaware of. Colonel Poulard starting in the penalty box for Kamikaze.
Got that 5-second call. We are back in action. The Brawlers have a welcoming party at the back of the pack. It's working out quite well. Granite City Brawlers do take lead and are already ready to get into scoring position as the pack has not moved past turn 2. There was a star pass on behalf of the Kamikaze, and now it is Hokuto no Kim who has the star, but the jam is called before he is capable of picking up any points.
He was super close to the back of the pack, though.
It's true. Yeah, it was a team timeout now being called by Kamikaze.
So we're, with 5.5 minutes on the clock, scores are sat 52 to Granite City, 95 to Kamikaze. We've still got obviously another full half of roller derby. These are all full 60-minute games this weekend of this round robin style tournament. And of course, no trophy to speak of, but 2 chances to go to the Men's Roller Derby Association Championships later this year. October?
It is in October. It's the weekend of the 12th, as I recall. Yeah, there's no trophies, but they do have really sweet medals.
Nice.
Yeah. I only saw the prototypes of them, so I'm excited to see them in person and touch them, even though I have not earned them.
I do love some Valor.
I love Valor. Puds just told me to be professional, yet
He has not met us.
yeah, I'm like, I remember when Puds found out I was coming to a tournament once, and he was really excited, and then he learned a lesson.
Right, team timeout, done and dusted. Let's get profesh.
I don't know what to say now.
We're starting with 2 Kamikaze in the penalty box. Colonel Pollard released. Just shows you the speed at which that last jam happened. And he sat in the box for the whole jam.
Woo! Yeah, and he's back in action without problem now. Kamikaze takes lead yet again. We are now going around turn 2. Number 24, who's jamming for Granite City yet again, is Aldred. Almost through, takes a huge hit, is knocked to the inside, is going to have to come back, and he looks fairly bummed out about it.
Understandable.
Yeah, like legit, I feel it as well. Looked painful. Does take off his star, perhaps has intention to pass it, does not do so, and lucky that he didn't, because the pivot is now headed off to the penalty box.
I think my favorite thing about that whole interaction was he took the jammer cover off, hand out to pass it to his pivot, who wiped out a blocker and then picked up a penalty, and his arm just dropped.
Sad.
And his head dropped.
Oh! Aldrid's getting tired. He's in really high rotation.
He is.
And that was a massive hit.
It was, and I tell you it was. It was number 44, Edicopter, once again.
Yeah.
Edicopter's been pretty low-key, but he is absolutely devastating.
Yes.
Looks like we've got another official review. Granite City using their retained official review. So Loud and Queer has headed into the middle for us once again. So once we've got the information of what the review is, the outcome, how it impacts, we will feed that info back to you. But we are nearing the last couple of minutes of this first half. That last jam saw Kamikaze breaking the century 103 to 52. This is a fantastic game.
It is a great way to open up this third MEQ that's ever happened.
It is. If you are at home, I really hope that you are snug in your bed, enjoying this with a beverage of your choice and some kind of breakfast item of choice, or leftovers from last night if you were out and you picked up something on the way home, like Chinese food, kebab, pizza, perfectly acceptable.
I think next day kebab is a bit gross.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No judgment here.
Judgment over here, though.
Not judgment on the right.
Yeah.
Apparently judgment on the left.
Wicked judgment over here.
Feel free to leave a comment on the YouTube page. We will pick that up and we will respond vocally. Also, feel free to tweet me at Snoogans37. I have my phone out.
Yeah, I'm at Julia Sleazer. Also, when we're talking about things that you could be snuggled up with, I also hope that there's a cat, whether or not it's of your choosing.
Yeah.
Sometimes cats just come into your house and they just live there.
Yeah. And like, we're all aware that cats have no concept of personal space, so...
Boundaries, no thanks. I think Sausage wants to tell us something, so Snoogans is getting that information now. Kamikaze Jammer is through. Woo! Little apex jump once again. Does pick up all 4 of those points. Oh, I guess he did not have leads. So Momo gets through and gets lead. Yeah, that's a thing that's happened.
So the official review, there was a cut call or a lack of cut call queried on Kamikaze Jammer. No call stands. Official review lost.
All right. So 4 more points on that last pass for Granite City Brawlers. Bringing them up, Granite City Brawlers got the 4. Bringing them up to 56. Kamikaze at 111. Multiplayer block being called on Putz from Granite City Brawlers, having a seat in the box. In the meantime, their jammer, though, is through. That is number 1 for Bell. Picking up lead for the Brawlers, sweeping through the pack, finding a nearly completely open inside lane. Does get stopped at the top of the pack, picks up 2 points. Kamikaze not capable of accruing any in that time, so they remain at 111, and Brawlers get up to 58.
2 minutes 15 left on the clock for this half.
Another jam underway, and just again leaving that lane open, and they're picking it up.
However, Camaquad's not managing to shut that barn door. Momo coming out behind very quickly with a beautiful transitional move. So it's like, I'm not just going to get out of the pack, I'm going to get out of the pack backwards. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Backwards man, backwards man.
But first.
Yes, oh, hashtag butt first. Bringing it back.
It never left.
Never left.
Never left. You can leave the pack butt first, enter the pack butt first. It's a good idea because where are you keeping your points? They're in your hips. Come in butt first.
Get to the box butt first.
Butt First, official sponsor of the 2018 Men's Roller Derby World Cup.
19.
It was last year.
All right, okay.
It's not a real
Granite City
thing.
picking up the lead jammer once more. Bell about half a lap ahead of Song LeCue.
Wow. Just the energy maintained all the way through this game is astounding to me because I can see how hot the skaters have gotten. 2-2 on that last jam, and artfully done. 115-60 as we are under a minute left in this half.
Two blockers in the box for Granite City, one in the box for Camaquad. Massive contact, clears people out on the inside. BD, I think, heading to the box for a misconduct. And that is Buckler Baston picking up lead jammer for Camaquads in what will be our final jam. The half period clock has expired. Momo skipping over the apex only to be shut down. It's once again Helicopter.
Yeah.
Helicopter now with a penalty.
Well, you know, the fact of the matter is you're going to get a penalty at some point, no matter how clean you try to play. And if you're landing some of the bigger hits, sometimes it's just like, you know, fate. But the fact is, Helicopter is only picked up 4, and for the amount of impact he's had on the game, I'm not saying that, like, correlation is causation, because it's not, but, like, he's doing quite well anyways. So that is the half. We are at 124 for Camaquads and 64 for the Brawlers, and we will be back in about 13 minutes, I must say. Welcome back to the second half of Granite City Brawlers taking on the Kamaquads. If you are just tuning in, you missed a really exciting first half. Hopefully you can get a replay of that. But Granite City Brawlers are in gray with neon green accents. Kamaquads are in navy blue with, I'm going to say, yellow gold accents. And we are back underway. We're going into this second half, 124-64. Senglaku out jamming for Kamaquads, is already trying to find his way through, does so, and picks up lead.
Bell incredibly close to getting through on the inside there, however shut down by number 6, Oliver Fist.
Bell about to be in scoring position. Senglaku watching to call it off at the last possible second and stop Granite City picking up any points. That is a 4-point pass, bringing Kamaquads up to 128.
Starting with a full complement of, well, everybody. And that's Jason Kruger through on the inside as lead. Aldred hopefully refreshed from halftime.
Hadouken in the back, being used as a human bowling ball by his teammate. But doing a great job of controlling the back there. Absolutely. As long as they possibly could. Kamaquads calling it off before either team could pick up points, as Puds donning the star was literally neck and neck.
Yeah. So thinking from a potentially tactical standpoint, obviously Kamaquads have a reasonable lead at this point, 132-64. It's possible they're now looking to protect that lead, so that may be why they've just opted to call that jam instead of going for any kind of points and potentially risking Granite City picking up any points as well.
Definitely. Well, also, since this is a round-robin style qualifier instead of the normal tiered one, the qualifications will be based on wins, but if there is any question, we'll have to involve math in the points differentials. So
I am glad that we are not responsible for that.
Yeah, I've got nothing to do with it.
We have fantastic officials and statisticians who can probably say that a lot better than I can, responsible for that.
If the statistician can say words better than you and can math better than you,
I'm out of a job, aren't I?
I'm just saying. Maybe.
I'll see myself out.
If you don't mind. No, stay. I love you.
Can I keep the patch?
Yes.
Cool.
It's a good patch.
Good patch.
It's a good patch. It's got a little Aberdeen on it. Puds headed off to the box. Puds has some really great ref awareness, although he seems a bit paranoid because every time a whistle goes, he's like, me? But also, at least he's not called on like insubordination for not going off quick enough.
This is very true.
Yeah.
So we are in a power jam situation, Sleater. Excuse me, Songlaku picking up, I believe it was a forearms penalty. He was lead jammer for Kamaquads, so we're now in, it's going to be a full 2-minute jam. Bell is jamming for Granite City, an opportunity for them to try and close down that differential, although Kamaquads absolutely aren't going to give that to them in any kind of free way.
Coming through, that is another 4 points for the Brawlers, brought to you by Bell. Sunglaku is through, having completed his initial against Star in hand. Another points scoring pass for Bell, gets hung up on Big Daddy, calls it off with some immediacy, but does not manage to stifle any points. Or sorry, I'm going to have to start over on that one. You know what? Both teams got 2 points.
Yeah. Also, my mistake, Songlaku wasn't lead.
It's true.
Yeah, my apologies. So just having a quick look at the penalties. We've got a couple of people sitting on 4. Jaff Skates on 5, sorry. Edicopter on 5 as well. Big Daddy on 4. BD on 4. The main concern for me right now, however, is Pud sitting on 6.
I'm concerned with this.
He is in the danger zone.
That is where he is. Except in England, you can't say it's the highway to the danger zone. You have to say it's like the A1 to the danger zone or something.
It's the... Yeah, it's the...
It's the motorway to the danger zone.
It's the dual carriageway to the danger zone.
God.
It's the A...
I thought Izzy was like hearing us.
It's the A road to the danger zone. Meanwhile, we've got Aldred is racking up some points, as is Jason Kruger.
Dreaddorf hiding up there behind one of the Comic Quads, waiting, hoping to take a swipe at the jammer as he went through. It didn't quite work out as planned, but it was, A for effort.
Aldred has just picked up a penalty, so he's going to take a seat in the box.
That is a fine time for the Comic Quads to call it. That freezes Aldred in the box with 10 plus seconds as he is still seated. 4 points picked up there. The score now 149-74. Comic Quads still in the lead.
Granite City also with 2 blockers in the box as well. Both are standing, but that still means we've got around about 10 seconds of just 2 blockers on track with a power start. It's not really where you want to be.
It is not, but it is where they are, and so they must deal with this.
Yeah, Camel Quads have chosen wisely.
No one's face melting off today.
No.
Am I the only one that thought of Indiana Jones when you said that?
It passed through my consciousness.
Okay, yeah, my joke seems just creepy and weird if you're not thinking of The Last Crusade.
Full confession, it passed through my consciousness purely in a pop culture. I've heard other people make jokes about it because I watched one Indiana Jones film and fell asleep.
I fell asleep at that one in the theater, but I used to teach religious studies, and when my students hadn't done their reading, I would make them watch Strange Things, and during the Judaism chapter I made them watch chunks of Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade.
That does feel like a punishment.
They felt punished because they're 10 or 15 years younger than me at this point, and I'm like, ha-ha! I also made them watch pieces of the original Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They didn't like it. I was like, you're wrong. Anyways, so, Comic Quads. Yeah, Comic Quads. Lead jammer there again, picking up the 4 points already. And Granite City Brawlers is, it seemed like the second half, or the second 15 minutes of the first half, they were picking up some good strategies to keep points going up, or at least holding some points back. But the second half, Comic Quads are coming in just as ferocious as they did in the beginning. Beatty has accepted the star during a star pass from the Granite City Brawlers, but is recycled back.
It was an illegal star pass as well. Aldred has picked up a penalty, so he's going to sit back in the box, and that now brings him up to 5 penalties.
All right, well.
21:25 left on the period clock as we're moving to an official timeout. 75 Granite City, 165 Camaquads. They're really starting to pull away now.
90 points. Is that point differential?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I did math.
So at this point, everybody on Camaquads has at least one penalty. Still only one person on 5, 1 on 4. Everyone else, 1s, 2s, 3s.
Everyone has at least one penalty except Momo, Pack Wild, and Sith Happens. Just saying.
Cleanies.
Could you hold this for a bit?
Of course. So it's been particularly enjoyable seeing Camaquads making sort of a comeback in the last sort of year, 18 months. They were quite a force to be reckoned with maybe 5-6 years ago, kind of dropped off the map a little bit, and then they kind of re-emerged last year at Silver City Cup again here in Aberdeen, and I know they've played a little bit elsewhere between now and then, and I think they've managed to bring a bit more of a fuller team this time than they did at Silver City last year.
Yes.
And you can see they've obviously been putting in the training, and they've got that depth back, and it's obviously paying dividends.
Certainly is. Momo is through and but does not have lead, although is the only active jammer on the track as
Sangla Ku has picked up a cut penalty. Ku was lead, so it will be a full 2 minutes now.
4 points already picked up by Momo. Camaquads trying to keep the pack at a faster clip than it looks like the Brawlers are wanting to do. Of course, avoiding being points is going to make you faster. Momo having a little bit of a rough and tumble way through. Sanglaku comes out of the box and already knows exactly where he's going to go. Comes out of the pack backwards and picks up 4 points as he had already completed the initial pass before he went to the box. Finds an open inside, except for who dat?
Beatty.
Is it? Okay. I'm like, I really need to get my prescription.
Except for who dat?
Who dat? Who there?
That Beatty.
That Beatty. Oh, Beatty headed to the box, takes a little bit of a stumble, and low blocks some chairs. Momo now able to get through what looked like it was going to be set up a pretty good tripod of doom up top from the Camaquads, but only does pick up 3 of the 4 available points. Sanglaku coming through, picking up half the available points, which is 2. 179 to 90 as we are about halfway through this second half.
Going to move straight back into, or straight into the next jam. We've got Bell picking up lead.
That was a hard one to get though. Just the dance at the top of the pack there. Coming in now, Bell is on the first scoring pass. Does make it through with some ease and picks up the full 4 points.
Jason Kruger still looking for the initial. He does have that helmet cover in hand. Whew. Number 33, Bad Periods, throwing himself bodily at Bell. Didn't manage to connect the contact. Meanwhile, Bell is racking up the points on this jam.
Also, meanwhile, Beatty is racking up the penalties in this jam. He came back in and is already headed back.
And that puts Beatty on 6.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that was an out of play, and indeed it was. So that's going to, as you said, bring him up to 6. So not the best luck jam for Beatty, but also brings Granite City Brawlers up over the century mark. So we are 179 for Kamaquads, 102 for the Brawlers, and we are going to have a timeout. You can check out gear for derby, dance, disco, artistic, any kind of skating and everything you need to skate, indoor and outdoor. Shop now at unitedskateswithan8.com. So UNITEDSK8S.com. You can get 10% off on non-sale items. And some of the deals they have right now, limited helmet stock at 50% off, enough ABEC bearings, ABEC 7 bearings, a set of 16 for 10 pounds. You can check out a full Moxie fitting section if you can find them in person. And just one of our amazing sponsors again for the 2019 Men's European Qualifiers. Hosted by, of course, Granite City Brawlers, who are out there right now in the granite-colored jerseys.
Yeah.
He's only 7 in it. Huh? What's wrong? So it looks like Beatty had a little worse luck than we had surmised originally and did foul out. So it happens. And this, this is a very powerful and engaging opening game. So I'm excited to see it, but the Kamaquads jammer being told to just go ahead and run it, and he does, because the Brawlers jammer just now through, having completed his initial, and of course it is good strategy to run it as long as you can. So 4 more points on that pass for Kamaquads. They are quickly approaching the 200 points mark. This started off, an extraordinarily even game, and probably around Jam 5. Started to take off ever so slowly, but that momentum is built, and we have the score nearly halved at this point in favor of Kamaquads.
Songlaku facing a little bit of contention on the inside line, but does manage to pick up lead. Momo is out as well, though. Still nearly about half a lap behind.
Again, the Kamaquads jammer is being told to run it. Momo on scoring pass, but, follow what your bench says, and they do continue to run it.
Looks like Kamaquads have one in the box again, so making the assumption that they're clearing the box. It is something we have seen them do before.
Yes. The box is now free, and they're timing that call off. Looks like they want to pick up one more pass of points and call it before Momo can get back to the pack and another scoring pass. That was an 8-point jam, however, for Granite City Brawlers, and that was, what were they at? 190, I think. Is it a 17-point jam? I can't see it. I thought they were like 190 at the beginning.
Yeah, unfortunately my eyesight is not that good.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll try to stick to facts I can verify with my eyeballs. Bell out again for Brawlers, but it's going to be Comiquads picking up lead yet again. Jason Kruger out this time jamming. Bell, I believe, was being recycled back and decided to go ahead and engage Jason Kruger as an offensive jammer. Jason Kruger getting knocked out to the outside about midway through the pack is recycled back by Hadouken.
Big Daddy now with the recycle on Bell. Kruger out with the points. Both jammers having a really tough time this jam. Those walls, really very impressive.
Absolutely. HUDs in a forever recycle as the jam is called off. Picking up a backwards high five as he heads back to his bench.
Twirling, twirling, forever twirling.
213 to 114.
99 Luftballons. Straight back into it. New jammer for the Brawlers, Orion Pax. And he's lead.
Oh, yeah.
And the crowd literally goes wild.
Yeah. Coming along the pack, keeping up a pretty good pace. He catches up with them, calls it off about midway through. Let's see, that's 1 point for Comiquads. It looks like 3 for, Granite City Brawlers. So nicely done on that first time jamming in this game.
Very nice. I think my favorite thing about that jam was as he came round on the scoring pass, could hear him yelling something, and it was almost certainly, I have no idea what I'm doing. What the hell is going on?
Oh no! Looked like he knew. He looked like he was like, "Oh, it's working though.
Yeah.
Let's go."
This is not usual.
Yeah, I think jamming, especially early on, if it's not your usual habitat, can be a really high stress situation.
Oh, yeah.
So when it's going good, you're like, I must keep it going. So I think that was really well done. Nicely executed, and I hope to see more jamming out of him in the future. It's nice when the blockers and jammers can be versatile and switch between, because then everyone's a pivot.
Yeah.
218 to 117 as we're getting down to the last half of the last half.
The final quarter, if you will.
I will.
Good.
The ultimate 15 minutes.
Team timeout called by Comiquads. So folks, as we said, we are in the final quarter of this just rather fantastic game that has started us here today. Game 1, day 1 of the Men's European Qualifiers 2019. And if that is not enough for you, we do have 4 more games today.
It's true.
It is true. Next up, we do have Mannequin Beasts facing off against Glasgow Men's Roller Derby. You will be able to be joined on the stream by Beta Parker and Very Cherry. You'll be in very safe hands there. And I'm just going to do a quick, very brief proud, because I love Beta Parker and I'm really proud of them. And I think it's going to be the first ever stream call, so woo!
Yes, I believe you're correct.
Yeah, don't tell them I said that though, because, you know, I'm not being an embarrassing announcer mum or anything.
Snoops!
Sorry.
Did you get another BB?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think should be a very good matchup. Mannequin Beast recently made their way to the USA to
Yes,
play,
they did.
At Brouhaha and or was it ECDX? Oh no, they're like so close together.
Yes.
You know what? They went to the USA at one of the larger tournaments.
And they did damn fine.
Yeah, they were absolutely a crowd favorite. And sometimes, people don't pay enough attention to the European teams and they come out of nowhere. But they were there. They were there.
Yeah.
So hopefully, people
you know what?
remember.
You know what?
Yeah.
They're damn fine people as well.
It's true. No, they seem like... I loved all of their social media presence that weekend as well. It was just lovely for me. Not lovely for Brawlers as Bill having a seat in the box. Lead is still to Kamaquads, so he's got control of that and a power jam as we are now under 10 minutes left in the game. A little hop and a call off. That was nothing picked up as it was a no pass for the Brawlers. Pods has got something to say to the jam timer for some reason. Yeah, 4 more points picked up on that last pass for Kamaquads. Brings them up to 230 points to Granite City Brawlers 117.
Got an official review.
Yeah, official review. I guess that's what Puds was saying.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, do you think you could
throw up the diamond hands?
Can you alert people to the diamond hand?
Call the villagers.
Yes. Ding, 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 ding.
So I've got a fun story about the about Summer Mannequin Beasts. If you'd like me to share it.
I would love that.
It's actually from MEQ last year.
Oh.
It was the Sunday morning, and it involves one of our very own Super Smash Brawlers algorithm. Yeah, I think you know the story.
I don't think I've heard of
Okay,
this.
fantastic. It is literally my favourite thing. I wasn't even there. I've heard it secondhand.
Yeah.
But it is honestly hilarious. So the Mannequin Beasts were doing some warm up, and they were kind of stretching and gesticulating, and they were kind of flailing their arms about a bit.
Sure.
And algorithm walked past and said something and gestured and accidentally knocked the hand of one of the Mannequin Beast skaters, and they knocked what happened to be a pan au chocolat out of the skater's hand.
Oh no!
And they were like,
croissant.
it was it's a type of croissant. It's a type of croissant.
I thought the pan and chocolate was the roly one. That
Yeah,
was a
but
bit
it's
square.
still a type of croissant.
Where I come from, croissants are always crescents, as indicated by the name.
All right,
but go on.
It was a type of pastry.
It was specifically a croissant.
It was a croissant. And an algorithm was like, "Oh, I'm really sorry," and the skater was like, threw a really dirty look, and they were like, "All right." And the Brawlers played Mannequin later on that day. An algorithm got goated and had a really massive hit thrown at them, and they were like, "Oh no!" And the skater came like eyeball to eyeball with them, and they were like, "That was for the croissant." And algorithm was like, "Whoa!" And now I can't hear the word croissant without hearing "that was for the croissant."
Yeah.
In a slightly aggressive Belgium accent.
Yeah. No, the way Al told me this story was when they accidentally knocked it out of the hand, the guy goes, "Oh, my croissant!"
Yes, yeah.
I was like, that's amazing. So yeah, be wary. One, don't be doing stretches with bread in your hand.
Or also be aware of the space around you.
Yeah.
I'm going to check what the official review was about.
Do it. I'll be here giving people tips on how to stretch with food. Or I guess I could tell you, Sunk the Crew is through yet again with their amazing ability to predict where they should try to go through the pack. Well, that time gets knocked out to the outside, is going to have to come back in, but is already racking up points in this jam. Hadouken headed off to the penalty box. The last brawler to be passed for, no points, though, is the jammer there. Looks like that was an 8-point jam for the Kamaquats, and nothing picked up that time by the brawlers.
Okay, so Granite were looking for a cut penalty to be called on Kamaquat's jammer. It was determined that that there was no cut made, so no call stands. They lose their review.
Fair enough. Sure. Taken to that outside. That is a quick lead acquisition for Jason Kruger. Aldred out jamming for brawlers is through having completed his initial. It's going to be in scoring position. Just kidding, he's not. Jason Kruger comes through, picks up all 4 points, and calls it off before any points can be picked up by the brawlers. We are just about 7 minutes left in the game.
So in the interest of fairness and speaking about the whole game, just looked at our penalties board, and we have also noticed that number 13, Big Daddy from Kamaquads, has also fouled out. So that's 1 foul out for each team. But right now we've got Momo picking up lead for Granite City. Song Laku picking up a nice assist from a teammate to complete the initial. Momo calling it for 4 unanswered points. And Kamaquad's calling their official review now. I don't think I have any more pastry or food-based stories about other teams.
I will have to think.
I mean, we've literally got battered sausage to our right.
She is not technically a food.
She is a snack, though.
But she is named. Wow.
She's wonderful.
No, yeah, like for reals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's Loud and Queer got off to?
She's gone to listen to the official review.
No, I think she's been gone for. Oh no.
No, she's.
Oh, I thought she left a while ago. She must have just been out of my line of sight.
Yeah.
So I was like, did she go to get more batteries for her mic or something?
No.
Okay.
She's on it.
I'm glad. So Snoogans is going to try to listen in on that so we can bring you information that isn't anecdotal or bread related.
Alright, so that was a bit of an interesting one. Kamaquads were looking for an illegal assist to be issued to Granite City's jammer on the second pass. Apparently there was some shirt grabbing, pulling someone to the ground. Officials didn't have eyes on that, so weren't able to confidently make a call regarding that, so no call stands. Official review is lost.
Wow.
So that's both teams' official reviews used and lost, so that means the next 5.5 minutes of this game will run official reviewless.
I think each team has at least one timeout available, though.
I think you might be right. We are back into it. We do have lead jammer as Jason Kruger. However, Bell is out. Just completed his initial pass. Kruger just now calling the jam.
My wonderful producer brought up the scoreboard so my horrible eyes could see it, and suddenly I was like, what was I looking for? I was looking to see how many timeouts are remaining for each team, which is, in fact, 1.
Yeah, mad props to Sam Skipsey, who has been an absolute babe for us so far today, and quite frankly yesterday as well, because I know was here sorting out loads of stuff. Just so much stuff behind the scenes. Yes, we do only have one functional microphone at present, but I know that he's doing loads of stuff to try and get things sorted for us.
Nobody knew that before you told them. Nobody knew that you and I are our own mic stands.
We are.
I'm just giving you crap.
Thanks.
Have I thrown you off now?
Thanks, Captain.
Oh, I love you.
I love you too.
No, I thought for a minute we were going to have no mics, so I'm pleased as can be to have one.
So Songlaku is lead, Aldred just being recycled right there. And again, Buckler Baston at the back of the pack. Aldred with star in hand, completing the pass perfectly legally this time to Orion Pax. Helicopter with a massive hit, taking blocker off track there. That was a shoulder right to the center of the chest.
It's where you want to aim for, but also protect.
Yes. I get the feeling that Helicopter's the kind of guy who you offer him any kind of part of you that is a legal hitting zone, he's going to go, oh, merci, I'm going to hit you now. He's going to take it.
Orion Pax trying to get the helmet cover back on, but the jam is called before any points could be picked up by Granite City.
2 minutes 2:20 on the clock. 121 to Granite City, 271 to Kamaquads.
We're getting down now. The gym clock and the period clock are almost, they're just within a few seconds of each other.
Oh, they are.
So we're either on the ultimate or penultimate jam here.
Jason Kruger is your lead jammer. Momo still looking for that initial, leaving chaos in his wake. We've got the jammers level, Momo just with the overtake and Kruger calling it off. So it looks like that was the penultimate jam.
Fair. Do you know what comes before that?
No.
Anti-penultimate.
Thank you. Is that Latin?
Yeah. It's like the anti from antebellum. With the E. Yeah.
I learn so much when I'm with you.
So much useless crap in my brain.
I mean, there's already a lot there anyway.
I'm happy to give it to you.
I love it.
Good.
Songlaku picking up lead jammer in what will almost certainly, because I never want to bet it, be the final jam. Puds is our jammer for Granite City. Star is in hand at the moment though. Risky business this. Puds on 6 penalties.
Well, saw a bit less of him for a while.
And that's a backport penalty being assessed.
Well, there's that.
There is that indeed.
So, Puds fouling out in the final jam, I'm afraid. Isn't even going to
Nope.
make the penalty.
Nope, there's still
timeout
seconds on the clock.
asked
Team
for,
timeout
yeah.
being called by Kamaquads. So we're going to get one more jam. My assumption with 283 points on the board, and I know you should never assume because it makes an ass out of you and me, but I reckon with points differential in mind, Kamaquads are going to want to hit that triple century.
Well, who wouldn't want to?
I mean, yeah, right. It does mean that we're going to have to switch out jammers in the box. Momo taking a seat for Puds. I am hella impressed, though, Puds managing to maintain pretty much the whole second half on 6 penalties.
Yeah, no, totally. Like I said before, saw a bit less of him after that 6th penalty was acquired, but still one of the mainstay skaters for Granite City Brawlers.
Oh, yeah.
So he's gonna start off with the jammer and 1 blocker from Granite City Brawlers in the box.
Oh.
Gets lead, calls it off. Was it not their team that called the timeout to get that extra jam?
It was.
Okay. Well, maybe they changed their mind. And that is what free will is all about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, our unofficial final, which I can't foresee any score change on the jam that lasted like 3 seconds, is 283 for the Kamaquads, 121 for Granite City Brawlers. We got high fives from Oliver Fist.
Wonderful.
It was wonderful. It's been so long since I've had a high five.
So yeah, we can confirm that is your official final score. 283 Kamaquads, 121 Granite City Brawlers. Game 1 of day 1 in the bag.
Yeah.
Or the sac magique, if you will. It's from a British TV show, Rosie and Jim. Some of you might remember it. If you're of a certain age. They were Muppets of a sort.
There.
They lived on a rowboat. I'll show you. It's looking back now, it's terrifying.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. But other things to look forward to, as you said before, Mannequin Beasts versus Glasgow Men's Roller Derby coming up at 12 o'clock GMT.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Oh, well, I think it might be a little late because there's only 20 minutes, and I think they've got to
We've got warm-ups
up.
and stuff, yeah.
Well, anyways, I am Julia Sleazer,
I'm still Snoogans.
and see you later.
See you in a bit.
There's a cake stand that's set with